Deep in the heart of the dark, dense woods, a tiny mouse scurried along the forest floor. His eyes sparkled with wit, his whiskers twitched with curiosity, and though he was small, his mind was anything but. As he padded softly beneath the towering trees, he hummed a merry tune, blissfully unaware of the danger that lay ahead. Suddenly, from behind a bramble bush, a fox leapt into his path, his amber eyes gleaming with hunger. "Well, well," said the fox, licking his lips, "a little mouse! How delightful! Why don't you come to my den for lunch?" The mouse, sensing trouble, looked the fox straight in the eye. "Thank you, kind fox, but I must decline. I'm meeting someone for lunch, someone you wouldn't dare cross." The fox raised a curious eyebrow. "And who might that be?" "The Gruffalo," the mouse replied, his voice calm but his eyes alight with mischief. "A fearsome creature with sharp tusks, terrible claws, and eyes like burning coals." The fox quivered, stepping back. "A Gruffalo? I've never heard of such a beast." The mouse gave a sly smile. "You're lucky you haven't. He loves to eat foxes, you know." Without another word, the fox darted away, vanishing into the woods. The mouse chuckled and carried on his way. But it wasn't long before he faced his next challenge. High in the trees above, a great owl swooped down, its talons outstretched. "Little mouse," hooted the owl, "why don't you join me for a meal in my tree? I do so enjoy a savory snack." The mouse, unshaken, replied, "Thanks for the offer, dear owl, but I'm on my way to meet the Gruffalo." The owl tilted its head. "The Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo?" "A creature with terrible teeth, a poisonous wart on his nose, and knobbly knees," the mouse said with a shiver for effect. "He dislikes many things, but owls are his least favorite, something about their feathers getting stuck in his throat." The owl flapped its wings in alarm and whisked itself away into the branches. The mouse smirked and continued his journey. Next came the snake, slithering out from the shadows. "Such a lucky find," hissed the snake, eyeing the mouse greedily. "Come join me in my log pile, little friend." "Kind of you to offer," said the mouse, "but I've got an appointment. Meeting up with the Gruffalo, you see." "The Gruffalo?" the snake asked, his tongue flicking nervously. "What's he like?" "Oh, he's got purple prickles all over his back," the mouse said, casually waving a paw. "And a favorite food? Why, roasted snake." The snake froze, then promptly slithered away as fast as his coils could carry him. Once again the mouse chuckled. But as the light faded from the forest and shadows grew long, the mouse froze in his tracks. There, standing tall and hulking before him, was a creature exactly as he had described, a Gruffalo, complete with tusks, claws, and those purple prickles. The Gruffalo leaned down, a sinister grin spreading across his monstrous face. "Well, hello, little mouse. I didn't know I was on the menu today, but you've just become my dinner." The mouse's mind raced, then an idea struck. "Dinner? Me? Oh, no, you wouldn't dare. You see, I'm the scariest creature in this forest." The Gruffalo blinked. "You scary? Prove it." "Gladly," said the mouse. "Follow me." So the Gruffalo lumbered along as the mouse led the way. First stop, the fox. As soon as the fox saw the Gruffalo trailing the mouse, he yelped in fear and bolted. "You see," said the mouse, "foxes flee from me." "Huh," said the Gruffalo, scratching his head. Next, they came across the owl. Upon spotting the Gruffalo, the owl hooted in terror and soared into the sky. "And owls? They can't bear to be near me," the mouse added with a shrug. Finally, they reached the snake, who took one glance at the Gruffalo and disappeared into the undergrowth. The mouse turned to the Gruffalo with a triumphant grin. "Told you, everyone in this forest is terrified of me." The Gruffalo's eyes widened, a flicker of doubt creeping into his expression. "Maybe you are scarier than I thought. And if you're smart," the mouse said with a gleam in his eye, "you'll turn around, march back to your cave, and think twice before messing with the scariest creature around." The Gruffalo didn't need to be told twice. He spun around and ran, sending leaves flying in his wake. With the forest quiet again, the mouse nibbled on a nut he'd tucked away earlier, smiling to himself. Brains over brawn, he thought. The true secret to surviving the woods.